everyone, and welcome to my first video of 2022. This is my annual Beauty Empties video. This is the third year in a row that I am filming this video, and I'm basically showing you all the packaging for all the products that I finished in the year 2021. Some of you might think, why do you do this? What is the purpose of it? And I've got two reasons. One is the personal reason. So I really like holding on to all of this so that at the end of the year I can look at it, because it is a really wonderful reminder for me how much plastic waste is involved in being enthusiastic about beauty products. This is not an exceptional amount of product for me to finish in 1 year, which means this is not an exceptional amount of waste for me individually to create. So this kind of serves as a reminder to me to not over consume and to make ethical, sustainable purchasing decisions in the future. If you're wondering where all of my waste goes, I send it to TerraCycle and they recycle what they can. The other reason is for you guys. I know this is a really popular type of video. It is great to be nosy and get into other people's collections and see what they are actually using. I also watch these types of videos, so that's why I make them too. So before I get into each of the categories, let me give you some number breakdowns. In 2019, I finished 162 beauty products, which came to a total value of $3,568.21. In the following year, in 2020, I finished 122 beauty products, which came to a total of $2,479.03. And this year, in 2021, I finished 160 beauty products for a total of $2,802.05. So in terms of each category, comparatively, my skincare is pretty standard every year. Bodycare, Haircare, pretty standard every year. This year, my makeup usage is definitely smaller than it was before, and I think that's because I decluttered a lot of things rather than project panning them. But if you can tell from that giant pile in the front right, I finished a lot of perfume samples in 2021. I think that's partially because I purchased a lot of perfume samples in 2021. It also might be because of my project Perfume that I was engaging in for a few months of the year that I then abandoned, but not before it made a pretty big dent in my samples stash. So let's jump into each category. Okay, this is the really exciting part. These are all the makeup products that I finished in 2021. I hope the angle is not too awful in this shot, but I wanted to get everything in frame so you could just see it all at once. I'll go through it in the order that I would put it on my face. So first I have on the far back left the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. As you can see, all the packaging has come away, but I did manage to finish that and scrape out as much as I could. Next is the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. That is a really, really nice tinted moisturizer, but since I finished it, it's been sold out at Sephora, so I don't know if it's actually been discontinued in Australia. Then in front, I have two concealers. The first is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. That concealer is really thick, and the applicator with the sponge is not great, and I felt like I used it up really quickly, so I wouldn't get that again. And then next to it is the Tarte C Hydra Sealer. This was a nice enough concealer. It's got kind of a light coverage to it, but the packaging is awful because it's that kind of oblong shape. There's heaps of product stuck in the sides that I can't get to with the wand. So it's like you only can clean out the middle of the tube, and then the sides have about 2/3 of the product left and you just can't get to it. So I hate that, and I would not buy that again because of that. In the back are the two eyebrow gels that I finished. The first one is the Revolution Beauty Eyebrow Gel. If you want something akin to hairspray, then that's a great one. Very crunchy brows. And next to it is the Perez Clear Brow Gel, which I thought was very, very standard. Continuing on the back row is the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a cult classic product and I thought it was pretty, but I wouldn't buy it again. I wasn't bowled over by it. And then there are the mascaras that I finished in 2021. The only full size and the only one I purchased was the Tarte the Surfer Curl Mascara, which was fine. I don't know if I'd buy it again. Then the Tarte Big Ego Mascara Mini next to it. I liked that one more, I think. The next is Lashtopia from Bare Minerals. Didn't wow me. I honestly can't really remember it. The MAC In Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. Kind of a cult classic mascara from MAC, but I don't buy from MAC anyway, so it's a moot point. And then next to that is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara, which I remember loving at a time, but definitely not any longer. It just smudges everywhere and it's really difficult to apply. Then let's get into some palettes. So this is the Stila Field of Florals blush palette. This one I wanted to finish up in 2021 and this is how far I got. This blush had already been finished, so I finished those 4 and then nearly finished those 3 as well. But I am going to call it quits with that palette and let it go because it is incredibly old. Then I have the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, a cult classic. I really like the bronzer. I think it's really nice. I'd buy the bronzer by itself. The highlighter is not really for me, just kind of too powdery, so I used that up in a body lotion, but that's done. And the final palette that I want to mention in this video is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. This was my pan that palette for 2021. I started the year with 1 pan in Wild Child, and this is where I'm finishing the year. I finished Dreamer, Base, Summer, Incense, and Dazzling, and I hit pan in Soul, Rose Gold, Celestial, Love, and Volatile. At this point, I am saying goodbye to this palette because I just don't want to expend any more time on it. It is not my favorite formula, and while I like the colors, I have these colors in other palettes that are newer and need my attention. Continuing on with eye products, I finished one cream color base from Revlon, the Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Praline. This took me years to finish, but I just used it as a base. In front of that, I also finished a MAC eyeshadow in the shade Naked Lunch. If you can remember back in the day when that was a cult classic eyeshadow, that's when I bought it and I have now finished it. Next to that is a Surratt Beauty eyeshadow in this shade Soie. I don't know how to say it, S-O-I-E. That was a nice champagne color. In the end, when I had significant pan on Naked Lunch and the Surratt Beauty, I mixed them together and used them as a highlighter. So that's how I got through 2 different champagne eyeshadows this year. Behind that is the MAC Fluid line in the shade Black Track. That's a gel eyeliner that I really like the formula of, except that it isn't actually black. And then the only pencil eyeliner I finished was a Revlon gel eye pencil in a brown shade. I finished that until I couldn't sharpen it anymore. Now onto lip products. I did finish my Fresh Sugar lip balm in the shade Coral. That was a probably too dark of a lip balm shade for me. It really read more as a lipstick. I love the scent, but not the formula of the Fresh lip balms. I also finished a mini of the Tarte Jelly Glaze lip mask in Strawberry. I really like that lip mask and I would consider buying it in that color for sure. Onto other lip products, I finished the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Playpen. That one I even took the stopper out of. I absolutely loved that lip product and that color. Unfortunately, NARS is not cruelty free, so I will not buy that again. On the far end, I also finished another NARS product. This was the NARS Lip Tint in the shade Effilide, again a French word. This one, I will admit, is not completely empty, but it was one of the products I wanted to pan in 2021 and I made really good progress on it before the scent turned really bad. So it is in my empties because I feel like I basically finished it. And then in the middle is my final lip product. That is the Kosas lip oil in the shade Dip. That was a mini. I also took the stopper out for that one, but there is still some product in the bottom. I like the Kosas lip oil formula. It is very shiny, but there's something about the scent and texture that I don't love. So I'll finish the two other minis I have, and then that'll be it. And then lastly, for makeup, I have the Clean Apothecary Brush Shampoo in the scent Rose. That is a very dirty package that contained a brush shampoo, but I also used it for a Beauty Blender brush shampoo that I got last year as well. So that packaging represents two different brush shampoos I finished in 2021. And then there are the two beauty blenders in front that I also finished in 2021. Usually I go through 4 beauty sponges in a year, but in 2021, during the lockdowns and all that such thing, I basically stopped wearing foundation, so there was really no need to use sponges. My perfume category is by far the largest single product category of all of my empties for 2021, and as you can see, that's largely because I finished a lot of samples in 2021. But let's go through all of them. I finished one full-size product, which was the Fine Fragrance Mist in the scent Kauai Lay Flower from Bath & Body Works. I then finished 5 travel size, 2 from Cienne Bon, 2 from Mason Francis Kurkdjian, and 1 from Toscana Herbario Toscana, which is like a little Italian touristy kind of brand as far as I understand. Next to those in the back are 4 different decants that I received from friends and from people that I purchased fragrances from this year. Next to those decants, I have 10 sample sizes from LKNU, which is an Australian perfume retailer. All of those I purchased, I believe, this year, and I finished all of those. I have plenty more from LKNU still to go, but those are the ones I finished last year. Then in the front row on the left-hand side, I've got 2 from Christian Louboutin. So the red vials are dabber vials that I then decanted into these spray tubes that they're lying next to. So those are 2 different perfumes, not 4. I finished up the samples for Loubi-Doo and Loubi-Funk. Loubi-Doo is a rose strawberry scent and Loubi-Funk is a rose patchouli. Nothing special, but they were pleasant enough. Next, I have all of my 1/2 ml samples. Those are the little dabber ones. In the front row, it's all of the kerosene samples that I finished. I ordered the sample set, which has all of kerosene scents in it. I didn't use all of them. Some were not for me and I gave them away, but of the ones remaining, I did finish all of those. Above them are the 1/2 ml dabber samples from Lucky Scent. Some of those I purchased, some of those I got with orders. Continuing on in the middle row, I've got 2 samples there from Meta Scent, next to 3 samples from Dusita. In front, I've got the 5 different samples from An Other, or AN Other. I don't really know how they pronounce their name, but there are 5 in their range, and I bought the sample pack from Mecca and finished it up. Then on the far right, there are 2 rows of random samples. So I've got one from Healy, one from Kate Spade, one from Ellis Brooklyn, one from Dolce & Gabbana, one from Wilhelm Parfumery, one from Gallagher Fragrances, one from Luban, and one from Jo Malone. In total for 2021, I finished up 59 perfume products. That included 1 full size, 5 travel size, and 53 samples, 4 of which were decants from friends. So I did really well in the past year, especially with the samples. I finished approximately 1 every week, so that would be really excellent to continue on into 2022 to make sure that I am using my samples, especially because the vast majority of these I did purchase. Of the samples that I tried in 2021, I did make purchases, I think, of 3 of these fragrances, and I am interested in purchasing a handful of the others, but the vast majority of them I am not interested in purchasing, so I'm glad I got to try it without having to purchase a full bottle. My first category for skincare are my cleansing products, so I'll start with my makeup removers. First, I've got the Biossance Squalene and Antioxidant Cleansing Oil. This stung my eyes and I would never buy it again. I've heard that happening to other people, especially in the Sephora reviews, so I am not alone, but it was awful. In the middle is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Ultra Gentle Facial Cleansing Oil. This, I think, is the second or third bottle of this I've had. Very simple, very easy cleansing oil and a great price. And then next to it is the Mugu Oil Cleansing Method. This again was also a nice enough cleansing oil. It was really thick though, and the bottle is really small in comparison to other cleansing oils, and the price doesn't really reflect that. So I wouldn't buy that again. Of these three, it'd be the cocoa butter. These are the standard cleansers that I finished over 2021. Two of the Andalou Naturals Apricot Probiotic Cleansing Milk, which is my favorite drugstore cleanser pretty much, and I am currently using another one of that. The Sukin Rosehip Nourishing Cream Cleanser. I think I purchased this when the Apricot Probiotic was sold out, and I didn't really like it. Then I've got two samples, both of which came in sample boxes from Mecca and Sephora. The first is the Drunk Elephant Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. I wanted to try this for a really long time. It's very hyped, and it was nice. It is comparable to the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser, but it is just a pretty standard cleanser, and considering the price they charge, I'll probably stick with the Andalou Naturals. And then there was the Pai Lightwork Rosehip Fruit Extract Cleansing Oil. I don't really like cleansing oils that can't remove my makeup, so I would not buy that. These are the toners or misting products that I finished in 2021. I didn't purchase any of these. They all came free. The first is the Blessed by Nature Hydrating Mist Toner. This I got free from work, and it was fine. Then there was the Drunk Elephant Sweet Biome Fermented Sake Spray. Fine, but a very small sample. Next is the Amore Pacific Vintage Single Extract Essence, which I think is a cult product from Amore Pacific and is incredibly expensive. And then I have two from Caudalie, the Vino Pure Toner. I don't really like Caudalie's skincare any longer, and these ones did smell quite alcohol-y when I used them. I wouldn't buy any of these because I don't use toners. These are all of the face moisturizers that I finished up. We'll start on the left. This was the Sukin Rehydrating Gel Cream. Again, I continually get sucked into buying Sukin because it's so affordable and it's got such great claims, but it is not very good. Then I had two of the Glow Lab facial moisturizers. I really like this moisturizer. I've been using it for years. It's just a very simple moisturizer and I love it for nighttime. In front, I had a sample of the AZ Clear Action Daily Moisturizer, which is a salicylic acid, I think, moisturizer. It was tinted. I wouldn't buy it. In the middle are two of the Andalou Naturals Canacell Happy Day Cream. I really like this for lighter days. It's a gel cream kind of consistency, and that is really nice. Next to that is a sample from Glow Recipe, the Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer, which is just a straight gel moisturizer. Not quite enough hydration for me, I don't think. On the top of the back stack, we've got the Ice Moisturizer from Sunday Riley. Really thick, so probably wouldn't buy that one. Underneath that is the Biossance Squalene and Omega Repair Cream. This was a really funny product, mostly because I think it smells like Doritos or like some kind of corn chip, very strongly of corn chips, and I don't really know why, but it was a nice cream. It's just a little thick for summer, I think, but I did like it that the smell is very odd. Underneath that is the Milk Vegan Milk Moisturizer. I wouldn't buy that again. I didn't think it was that special and it's quite expensive. And lastly is a sample from La Roche-Posay. It's the Cicaplast Balm 5, which is a soothing repair balm for all over. It's more of a treatment balm for cracked skin, so I didn't need it necessarily, but I finished a sample. This category in particular made me stop and think a little bit because I did finish up 7 full-sized moisturizers this past year, and if we think about it in terms of the two high-end ones that I purchased, which I think retail for about $50 or $60 each. That means that I would spend about $360 on moisturizer in a calendar year, and that seems a little extreme to me. So I'm definitely going to be leaning back again more into drugstore moisturizers like the Glow Lab and the Andalou Naturals, because if I can get them on sale, it's like under $15. So that's definitely a better price point for me, I think, moving forward with moisturizer. Okay, so these are all of my serums or treatment skincare products, which I have loosely arranged in how I would use them. So on the left hand side, I've got my vitamin C serums. The first is the Andalou Naturals Turmeric and C Enlightenment Serum. Then there's the Mecca Cosmetica Skin Brightening Vitamin C Serum. And then there's the Sunday Riley CEO Brightening Serum. Of those three, I would definitely repurchase the Sunday Riley. I would definitely not repurchase the Mecca Cosmetica. And I would consider purchasing the Andalou Naturals if I was on a tighter budget. In the middle, I have my kind of moisturizing serums. A lot of them are samples, so I didn't purchase them. The first is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Complex. Fine, I understand why there's hype behind it, but I don't think it's necessarily appropriate for my skin at the moment. Then there's the Dr. Dennis Gross Stress Rescue Super Serum. Wasn't impressed by that. The Saturday Skin Bright Potion Probiotic Power Serum. From memory, this had little balls in it that popped on your skin. Don't know what that did, but it was interesting. Then the one that I did purchase, this is the Inky List Hyaluronic Acid, a perfectly standard hyaluronic acid serum. I would buy that again just for adding extra hydration to my routine. Then I had 3 La Roche-Posay Hyalu B5 serum samples. This is their hyaluronic B5 serum. It was actually pretty nice. I would consider that one. And then lastly was the Wishful Thirst Trap serum. Wouldn't buy that. And on the right hand side are my acid treatments. So there was the Biossance Squalane and Lactic Acid Resurfacing Night Serum. Fine, not remarkable. The Sunday Riley Good Genes All-in-One Lactic Acid Treatment, which is my favorite acid treatment. I've bought it before and I will buy it again. And then it's the Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. I've never really thought that was great for my skin, so I wouldn't buy a full size, but I will continue to use the samples that Mecca gives me. These are the face oils that I finished in 2021. The first is from Era Perez, the Australian Blue Cypress Face Nectar. Can't say I thought that was remarkable. Then the Pi Rosehip Bio Regenerate Oil, an absolute cult classic rosehip oil. I thought it oxidized really quickly and got that kind of fishy smell, and it is really expensive for a rosehip oil. Next to it is the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Face Oil. It is a beautiful oil, sinks into the skin really nicely, but it does have a significant markup, so I don't know if I would ever buy the full price. And then the Biossance Squalene and Vitamin C Rose Oil. Nice, but again, I get my moisture and my rosehip and my vitamin C from other products that are cheaper anyway. Here is my little collection of face masks from 2021. I've got the Body Shop Himalayan Charcoal Purifying Glow Mask. This is a clay mask that I really like, actually. I've been using it for a few years, and in my opinion, it is exactly the same as Glam Glow. So if you're looking for a more affordable alternative, that's a great one. If I am going to use a face mask, it's probably going to be a detoxifying one, so this is the one I usually go for. And then I received 3 different sheet masks from Patchology, I think in a Beauty Loot box or in some kind of box. I don't buy sheet masks any longer simply because of the wastage. I can't buy it in any good conscience just to throw it away. And these are the last stragglers of my skincare category. I have the only sunscreen I finished in 2021, the Ultraviolet Clean Screen Mattifying Mineral Sunscreen. I have since purchased the same one again. I then have the Biossance Squalane and Marine Algae Eye Cream. That's a mini that I got from a set. I don't really believe in eye cream, but I use it when it comes into my life. And then there are the 3 untinted lip balms that I use before I go to sleep. The first one is the By Terry Balm de Rose in the wand formulation. Then there's the Carmex Moisture Plus lip balm, and then a lip balm from a brand called Now Now, called the Vietnam Coffee lip balm that I got as a free gift. I wouldn't buy any of those lip balms, but I do really like how moisturizing the By Terry is, if not for the fact that the rose scent is so overpowering. I'd rather use nothing. My Bodycare empties are, as per usual, pretty simple. I've just got a handful of products. On the left hand side, we'll start with the macadamia oil soap that my friend purchased for me as a gift. I finished that one up. And then next to it was the other body wash product I used, which was the Mecca Athletica Skin Perfecting Body Wash that I received for free from Mecca Cosmetica. Those are the only 2 packaged soap products that I used up this year. As I explain in most of my yearly empties, it's not that I don't wash my body, it's that the products that I use are usually unpackaged bars of soap, so I don't have any packaging to show you in my end of year empties, but these products were both gifts, so that's why they are packaged. In front of the Mecca Athletica is a This Works Deep Sleep Pillow Spray mini. It's a lavender oil pillow spray that I got as a sample, so finish that up. In the middle is a foaming sugar scrub from a brand called the Bath Bakery, which is just a local small business that I found at a market, so I finished that body scrub up. Then in front of all of that, I have 1 packet of Whispers cotton balls, which I use to remove nail polish. And finally on the right are the 4 lotions that I finished up in 2021. At the back, it's just a Natio Orange Blossom body lotion that I mixed several highlighters into, and that's why it's got that pink shimmery sheen to it. I finished up a Plunkett's Vitamin E Natural Vitamin E Cream. That one's just a really standard vitamin E cream, but it's nice enough, very thick. I finished an EcoPure hand cream in the scent Purity. Didn't like it, very thin, one of those gift pack products that I got from my mom. And then there's a mini of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum cream. I love that cream, actually. I love the smell of it and the feel of it, but I am not willing to pay the price, so I get by with about 1 sample size every year, and that tides me over until it comes in the next Beauty Loop box. My hair care empties are always a really small category because despite having a lot of hair, I don't use a lot of product when I take care of it. It takes me a really long time to get through products. So this is what I managed to finish in 2021. The first 2 things are both shampoos. The first is from Everessence. It's the Organic Bergamot Shampoo for fine hair. I actually really liked that one, purchased it from my hairdresser, and as far as I know, the bottle is refillable through Everessence, so I'll hold on to that to refill it. Then I tried the Briogio's new curl range, the Curl Charisma Rice Amino and Avocado Hydrating Shampoo. This was nice enough, but it did leave that squeaky clean feeling on my hair, which I do try to avoid pretty much at all costs. So while I like the smell and the use of it, I wouldn't buy it again for that reason. In the middle is a very old bottle of Sukin Nourishing Conditioner. I got this free from work, I think, and so I used it up. Then I have a styling product from Curlture. This is their moisture gel, which I use as a styling gel on my hair. The tub is enormous. It took me about 2 years to get through, I think. I would buy it again. It is a really light hold gel. It's one that I mix in with my leave-in conditioner, but for a really light hold, it is a nice one. And then lastly, I have a sample at the end, again from Briogio. This is the Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I'm not really one for using deep conditioning masks on my hair, mostly because I can't really be bothered, especially because I can't really be bothered to spend 15 minutes just hanging around outside my shower until I can rinse it out. but I did really like this one. I thought it did leave my hair really silky smooth, and it was a pleasant experience to use. So if I did ever purchase a deep conditioning mask, it might be that one. So there you go. Those are all of the beauty products that I finished in 2021. I do hope this video is shorter than the last year's one was, but who knows. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.